Cooking with Amy. Hey guys, good morning. I have one of my all-time favorite dip recipes I want to share with you today. And go ahead, dip, dip, dip away, because this dip recipe is actually very, very healthy. I love to make it in the summer because it's perfect to take along to picnics and parties because it can sit outside, no mayonnaise involved. Also, when the veggies are at peak, the tomatoes and the peppers, it's a great time to make this dip, but you can really make it all year round. It's perfect for game day, whatever the occasion. Everybody loves it, and let me tell you, it makes a big batch and it will just completely disappear. The dip is called Texas Caviar, but don't worry, don't let the word caviar freak you out, because there is no caviar whatsoever involved in this dip. It's just a bunch of really fresh veggies tied together with the delicious vinaigrette. So we're going to start out with basically black-eyed peas, and you want to drain and rinse these. So we've got black-eyed peas. Then we also have some black beans that, again, I've drained the can of beans and then run some water over them in the colander just to get out the liquid that's in the can. I've got some, you can do fresh corn on the cob in the summer when the fresh corn is at its peak. You can, use leftover corn on the cob. If you're making corn on the cob for dinner and you've got some leftover, you can just take a knife and get it off that way. Frozen corn also works great in this recipe. You can just let it thaw. You don't even need to cook it and put it in this recipe. Or you can use canned. I like to use the shoe peg corn. It's a little bit sweeter, but any type of corn will work for this recipe. Then we've got some finely diced onion. I'm using red onion for some great color. Some diced green pepper. Some seeded and diced tomato. I'm using the fresh. Some jalapeno pepper, depends how spicy you want it. If you want it a little more spicy, a little kick to it, you can certainly add some extra, or you can also, if you leave the ribs and the seeds into the jalapeno pepper, it will also be a little bit more spicy. So I'm just going to give that a toss, and you can see how colorful and gorgeous this dip is. Then I'm going to add some fresh cilantro right at the end. So you can get this all together, and then I'm doing some zesty Italian dressing. That's what's going to bind this dip together. You could certainly use the light dressing. So you just toss that together with the dressing and then let it hang out in the fridge for at least a couple hours or overnight, so the flavors from that dressing really get in there. And then right before serving, you're going to add some fresh chopped cilantro. If you're not a big fan of cilantro, you could certainly leave this out. You could do some fresh chopped parsley if you wanted to. Also, sometimes at the very end, right before serving, besides the cilantro, I'll throw in some freshly diced avocado. But you don't want to put the avocado or the cilantro in until right before serving. So there you go. Put this out with your favorite chips and let it, just watch it disappear. And go ahead, dip away. And if you serve this with baked chips, or if you make your own baked tortilla chips, it's even more healthy. So there you go, my Texas Caviar recipe's on the website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods. Enjoy.